Yo. Welcome back. Another episode. Fourth Quarter Podcast. Yes, sir. You already know what it is. Fourth Quarter Pod. I'm your boy J Hazz. My boy B Redd here.
Sir.
Let's get into it, man. Another episode. So first quarter, man, we got to talk about, unfortunately, the Boston Celtics have won their 18th title. It wasn't the most entertaining finals, I would say. It was somewhat kind of boring because the Mavs didn't really come to play in some of them games.
Yeah.
But Boston was
some questions about health, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Boston was just a better team. At the end of the day, they were the better team all year. They had the best record coming into the playoffs. They had the best record in the playoffs. They just had the better team. I mean, I think Jrue Holiday and Porzingis put them over the hump from the team a couple years ago.
I mean, Kristaps Porzingis was basically playing with a tear in his knee. And it was like, I could stand back here and y'all really can't guard us. Once we get the dribble penetration, swing, pass, I can hit shots. I'm a threat. And it's just too much for it was too much for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, them trying to switch and Porzingis 7'7" or whatever, that's all he is. He's shooting over everybody. You know what I mean? It's too easy. So he was playing horse out there.
I think Wemby 7'11".
Yeah, literally. That's how they look out there compared to us. We 5'11", 5'10". I mean, they look 7'11" out there.
When you switching Derrick Jones onto you,
it's a little easier. So yeah, I don't think Dallas they didn't have enough. Kyrie didn't play great at all. He had one good game at home. Yeah. He couldn't play well in Boston. He couldn't really make a shot.
The thing about that, I don't want Boston fans to get too excited. I didn't see a guy that was struggling with playing in Boston. No. I saw him he missed a lot of in and out, baseline fade that he just get all the time. It's in and out layup. You could see him miss layups and he come down like, I missed it. Yeah. I think it was just that. It's just sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think Jrue Holiday did a great job. Also, got to give Jrue Holiday a lot of credit. I think he wore him down over the series.
He did.
He's just a great defensive guard. You know what I mean? He's been doing this in the league for a long time. So I think I got to give Jrue Holiday some credit. You know what I mean? Like he was there every possession. He was locked in.
And the way you have to guard Jrue Holiday as well, you have to be locked in. You're not. It's not necessarily on ball. Move your feet, but he's cutting.
Yes.
He's posting up.
Offensive rebounding.
You have to box him out all the time. Like
every possession.
He'll get 5 or 6 boards, but they're the biggest 5 or 6 boards in the game. Like
exactly. He had like 4 or 5 in Game 5 that were just the backbreakers for the Mavs.
Just absolutely just kill you. And it's like they're getting a 3 out of that. Really?
Yeah, and that's what gets you because he kicked out for a 3.
Sam Hauser, really? Like
he don't miss. He don't miss. He's butter. The one thing they always say, offensive rebound, getting offensive rebound and kicking out for a 3 is the best 3. Like they always say that because like you're not really prepared to contest for it. You know what I mean? It's
a practice shot.
Yeah, and if you miss it again, we got everybody in position to get another rebound. So like it's just a better shot. Yeah. I mean, with Jrue Holiday was the X factor in that series. He had 5 great games. He didn't play bad one night.
Have a bad game. Yeah.
No, he didn't have a bad game. Jaylen Brown winning Finals MVP. Do you think that was – I think he deserved it. I also think Tatum could have won it as well. I think if Tatum had a better Game 5, if Tatum had 40 in that Game 5, he would have won it.
I agree with that. I think 2 things rang true for the pick against Tatum. From Jaylen Brown won the Eastern Finals, the Larry Bird – I think it's the Larry Bird Award.
Yeah.
He won the Larry Bird Award. So nothing really deviated from that point to me.
Right.
I think up to that point through the whole playoffs, we'd agree Jaylen Brown was the playoff performer for them. I mean, he hit the biggest shot. He was playing defense at a high level. So
he was playing the best for them throughout the playoffs up to the finals for sure.
Yeah. Yes. So I guess we didn't see enough from Tatum. Certainly not from the voters to say like, okay, you overtook that. And
I think Jaylen Brown still was the best player on the Celtics in the finals. Like overall through the 5 games, he played consistently the best. Tatum didn't play bad. He just didn't shoot well. And
that's the second thing I think that hurt him. 39%.
It's not gonna get it done.
Finals MVP can't get 39%.
That's fair.
I
think him not shooting well really hurt him. Because he averaged 11 boards a game.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't probably averaged like 11 and like 7 assists. He was almost at a triple double. He had 22.
Had he been at 46% shooting, he gets it.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have got it. Yeah,
he gets it.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's Boston's tough, man. I mean, they got a squad. And everyone's coming back as of right now. I mean, they have a chance to run it back again next year. The East is not going to get that much better, in my opinion. Where they're going to have a. I think Milwaukee is the only team that can really give them a run for the money in the East right now.
Yeah, there's no clear other.
We'll see if the Knicks or the Pacers get somebody.
The Knicks are the only ones I think that can really maybe say, "Hey, look at us."
Maybe. They even need one more piece to get Boston. Just something off the bench. They have no bench, and Boston got a good 7-8 dudes they put in the game that can all go.
They need those other 2 or 3 that Tibbs is going to actually use to be.
They need a Sam Hauser on the Knicks. Like that's what they need. Someone like that who can just catch and shoot off the bench, reliable, consistent. Like you know what I mean. They don't have that. I think that's they wanted Bogey to be Bogdanovich when they got him, but he got hurt.
Yeah, hurt. Late pickup.
He's a little older too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how Sam Hauser is pretty young. He's pretty young in the league. Yeah, so
he's new in the game.
They're Celtics are gonna be tough, man. They're gonna be tough out for the foreseeable future. So we'll see what happens with them. One thing that someone asked me the other day, I think it's clear who I'm choosing now, but they were asking before if Boston had swept the Dallas in the finals, who are you taking? The 08 team with Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen and Rondo, or this team? I'm going to take the KG team simply because that game 4, you can't get blown out by 45.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
I'm going to go there as well. I think they match up very well.
Yes,
first of all.
They do.
Rondo, Drew, Paul, Tatum.
They got nobody for KG in that paint, though.
They have nobody for KG in the paint, no. And they went pretty big. They went pretty deep with their front court. They had some, if you go to like the Perkins, even Leon Poe for that team.
Leon Poe was solid, yeah.
Yeah, so like that, they had a little bit of, they might have been as deep as that team.
Yeah, they were more physically imposing. I think they were more physically imposing than because people forget how good Dan Paul Pierce was. Let's start off with that. Yeah. That boy was an issue.
Finals MVP.
Before that, even before he gets into the finals, he was just a dog in the league for a decade.
I think he was closer to the Melos and the T-Max.
Yes.
In terms, than people realize. Then people kind of like,
because his teams were so bad, you forgot about him for a while. But while you're forgetting about him, he averaged 26 over there in Boston.
And that's why it was so gratifying when he's like, man, the first year I had an all-star teamate, we went to the finals.
Yeah.
Just imagine. He was an old man pretty much at that point.
He was. Imagine who he had if he had people in it earlier from his career, what he could have done. Because he was a dog, bro. He was an issue.
Like a 05 Paul in Minnesota with KG.
Yeah, sitting him playing with Antoine Walker because him play with KG. Yeah. It's a big difference.
Both 2 dudes getting 27. But I'm gonna go to 08 team as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 08 team as well. Yeah. The only not caveat, but just the newer Celtics just shoot so many more threes. That's the way they can stay in the game. Like if they're hitting, they're really almost impossible to beat because they have so many shooters.
Absolutely, but do you want Paul and Ray and Posey to start playing that game with you too?
I feel you, but I think you just named 3. I can name 5.
Yeah. Here's
I can name Tatum, Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis. That's 5 right there. I ain't bringing Sam Hauser in the game yet, or Peyton Pritchard. Yeah. Who hit a half court shot at least one game in the series. Yeah. He hit 2 in the finals, which was nuts.
No, absolutely. That's the thing with the Celtics, though. What Celtics are y'all bringing? Are y'all the 3 shooters? Or are we driving? We living at the line?
There's different Celtics for sure. Because the ones that shoot threes and they're making them, they're tough. But when they're missing those, they're a whole different team.
That 08 team, you knew what you were getting.
Yeah, you had an identity, and you knew what you were getting every night.
Interestingly enough, too, one of the biggest knocks on that on this current Boston team has the last few years always been a point guard. Well, who's a point guard? Who's getting them in their spots? Tatum is doing too much at the top. you could argue they still have that flaw a little bit. Drew helped it for sure.
Yeah.
He's not a conventional pound the rock at the top, high pick and roll point guard at this stage in his career.
Right.
Boston has that in the playoffs. That could be huge too. That Rondo, having that Rondo element where it's like, all right, let's like Tatum, you're not gonna go high angle pick and roll right now because Rondo's like, nah, like.
Yeah, but on the offensive end too, you got Drew Roman because he's gonna guard Rondo in the paint, and he's a fantastic roamer. He's probably the best in the business.
Yeah.
And like roaming and just helping out where he just get a hand in there.
Cleaning glass.
Yeah, deflections. Yeah. Like he's all over the court. Like Rondo's a great defender. Drew Holiday, I think, is a better defender than Rondo was in his career. I think so.
That's a good one.
I think I'm gonna take because I don't know how many all defensive teams does Rondo have. I have to look that up.
He got a nice amount.
I know he got a couple for sure. Yeah. But that's a good debate because they're both great defenders. Who's the better defender, Rondo or Drew Holiday? Because Rondo was slept on defensively. That man's hands were insane.
Drew's a little bigger.
Drew's a little bigger. Rondo got bigger. Rondo got bigger hands and features, though. He just does wild shit.
Yeah.
Like he'll steal the ball with one, like palm no shit off one hand off the steal and then take it off for a fast break. Like he's nuts.
Nah, he's Rondo was a real fun to watch.
Yeah,
and,
so
overshadowed on that team, on that 08 team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have stars on that team. They have stars. Yeah. That's the real first super team in the modern era.
I'd say
you know
so.
What I mean? You know what I mean? So. But yeah, that's the first quarter, y'all. Ball, we're gonna get off this Boston team because we're done talking about Boston for the rest of the show. That's it.
I've talked enough about Boston for a year.
Yeah, I'm good on them for a while. I'm good. All right, I'll be back in a second. Second quarter coming up. Second quarter, we're back at it. Second quarter.
Ooh, quarter two.
All right, big news came out. JJ Redick is the new head coach for the LA Lakers. 4-year deal. Staff still trying to be built.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? We've talked about it for the last couple episodes about it being a possible option, the most likely option. It's officially reality. What are your thoughts? What are your concerns? How you feeling?
This is the guy that's been zeroed in on for a month or so now. Wouldn't have been my choice. I always go back to LeBron at this stage is how many times, when is he going to get a made man as a coach?
Right.
He's made some coaches into some all-time great coaches now that we know, but, first-time head coach is tough with LeBron. And JJ Redick doesn't, no disrespect. We brought it up before, but he's not a J kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't accomplish as a player what like Steve Kerr did.
Right.
Multiple rings, clutch shots, big moments. So
or even a Steve Nash.
Who
had a terrible stint.
And some people think Steve Nash was horrible as a coach.
Yeah.
As a coach. So it's interesting. Can you tell Austin Reeves to move those feet and box out and turn and box out and get a board?
Yeah.
Can you tell Rui to hedge hard? Like, can you tell Rui to hedge hard? Like, so that's not what you were known for.
I agree with that. I think a couple things. So he don't have the resume to be a head coach. To start off with that, we know that's a fact. He has never coached before. So I get why we're all skeptical. I'm skeptical as well. Like, he hasn't coached. How's this going to work? So we'll see. The only thing he has a little bit going for him, he can communicate very, very well. Yeah. He speaks smart dude. Yeah. Talks the game well, knows the game. Even if he didn't play, have a great career, he's always been a cerebral guy. He's always been smart on the court. Like, he's always been an X's and O's guy, which is one of our issues is X's and O's. We don't run enough sets. It's always LeBron on the top of the key, hold it for 10 seconds, and let's figure it out. We need more movement, more easy shots. So I think he'll help with that part of the game. Okay. I do think also that he'll help maybe just like, since he played, he can kind of do that player talk to a degree. They're going to need to build that out with some more like veteran coaches who can kind of give him more of like the stern talking to people, because I don't think that's JJ Redick's style. But that's why you have a staff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you have a staff for certain people do certain things on your staff. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I do think that he has a chance to be okay if he can communicate his points like to these players well. And then not get offended about it. That's the main thing. And like not fuck up with the chemistry.
That's the component that you got to give an A+ to the hire is if you don't have a coach that played at some level, I think that you are behind the 8 ball a little bit. In this new era of player empowerment and just free thought and just player involvement in the front office and just in their marketing, their brands. Like if you don't have a coach that played at some level that could talk to these guys and know what it's like when it's like, hey, coach, I got
that's what it comes down to.
I had 12 field goal attempts, coach. Like JJ been there where it's like I got 3 shots up. I really feel like I could have got up 20.
Like I think it helps too because he was a role player, so he can like get those guys through those moments. He don't have to worry about LeBron and AD. They're gonna be fine. And LeBron and AD are kind of coach themselves. It's everybody else. Can you get them to buy in and like, look, this is what we're running. You may not get 12 shots tonight. You only may get 4. Be ready for them 4. And look, if you miss them, I'm rocking with you regardless. Like all that kind of stuff. Like that helped with a player's like mentality and confidence. So maybe he can instill that more than like a Darvin Ham could. You know what I mean? Because like he wasn't JJ Redick in the league. Let's say that.
And that's what's interesting about that. The coaching move is like, damn, yeah, JJ was a lot better than Darvin Ham as a player. Like
he was. That's for sure.
He's had more of a spectrum of bench, role player, starter. He's had more of that run.
I also think that the Coach K aspect of it, like JJ Redick, him, Coach K being super close is going to help a lot as well. He's going to be bouncing off Coach K. I asked Coach K a lot of questions over the course of the year.
I mean, hey, report it here on the Four Quarters podcast first. I mean, call Coach K. I mean, Coach K was going to be leaned on in this process, you know?
If Coach K don't want to coach, he can coach with JJ Redick. Boom.
Yeah, so,
maybe we'll get some form of that.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that happens a lot?
What do you mean?
Like, they were talking about, remember they were saying Doc Rivers was consulting.
Yeah. Milwaukee. I do. I think that happens more often than we think.
Right.
Like, that was Jerry West's bag. Was just consulting teams and making championship squads. That's what he did. Yeah. Like, he didn't have an official front office job most of the time. But they always say Jerry West helped build this team. They always say that because he was helping. Yeah. So, like, I think that happens more than we think. And I think Coach K has been involved in the league more than we think over the years. Just because he's not coaching doesn't mean he doesn't have input and say.
What does he have? 3 gold medals with Team USA?
Exactly. That's all you need to hear right there. And the one thing about Coach K is every NBA player respects the hell out of Coach K.
Yeah.
Every single one. You know what I mean? Just because he has a coach in the league doesn't mean he doesn't have those players respect. So I think that JJ Redick.
They would all love for him to come to their team today.
100%. Yeah. So I think maybe he can help. That can help JJ a little bit as well. I'm could be on a limb saying that. But I don't know how much they do talk. But if they are talking, it can't help. It can't hurt.
Maybe do you pull that card? You invite Coach K to a practice one day?
I'm sure that's gonna happen. I'm sure they're gonna have him I'm sure he'll have him in like a little film meeting or something. I think Coach K will be around more than we think. Maybe not on camera, but like JJ Redick and Coach K are close. Like they're close.
Right. I didn't know how close they were.
Yeah, I be talking. I've been watching his podcast episodes and stuff, JJ, and they talk about all the time how much he's learned from Coach K and how they talk to him all the time, and like they're closer than people think. And just because he mentored JJ Redick so much when he was in college, like he made JJ Redick go being from that hated dude to being more of like, all right, he can play in the league. Like he's not just some boy who can shoot. Like he had a chance. Yeah, like JJ Redick was a dog in college. Let's not forget that. And he had so much media scrutiny. I think that'll help him a lot as well, dealing with the media in LA. He worked in the media. He know how to Twitter work. He know how all this stuff works. So he know like how to calm people. I'm not saying calm the media down, but he'll have some great quotes throughout the year. I'll tell you that.
And maybe some people argue you need that in LA.
Oh yeah, you need box office.
Yeah, we can't have guys just saying
nonchalantly saying stuff.
Oh, it's one game at a time. Don't care. Don't like people don't want to hear that in LA.
So I think he'll be great when it comes to the media aspect. He gonna say the right things. He just speaks so well. So like he's had
a full year of media training pretty much.
4 year media training, done the pod for the last 2-3 years which has been huge for him. He's been ever since he retired he's been doing media stuff. So I think he'll be okay. I mean, I don't know how long he lasts in the 4 years. I don't if like I don't see anyone right now lasting for the Lakers personally. I don't see it happening. I just don't think we have the roster for it. Because like if LeBron leave in 2 years, then what?
So you think he'll do? You think he'll do similar to a Darvin Ham job?
I think he'll get 2, and then when LeBron contract is possibly getting renewed, we'll see where he's at.
Wow.
Because if LeBron leave, it changes everything.
Yeah.
And now we gotta go. And now we gotta go young. And if we're gonna go young, yeah, change the job. We're not contending anymore like we used to. Like right now, we're trying to win a championship because we have LeBron and AD. But like it's tough to do that in the West. One.
And that's a layer of coaching too, because some coaches can do rebuilds. Some coaches can do stars.
Yes.
Some coaches can do stars. Some coaches can't do a rebuild.
Speaking of not doing rebuilds, Monty Williams was 1 year in Detroit.
Right.
And they do an agreed dismissal. Like I'm good to go if y'all want me to go because I hate it here.
Just spread the rest of the money out over 10 and I'm good.
We're good. I'll be in Hawaii.
Yeah, but that's a great point. Monty got to Detroit and was like, "Where's Chris Paul? Where's D Book?"
I was in the playoffs last year. I was in the finals 2 years ago. And
right.
Now I was coach of the year, and now I'm winning 11 games throughout the season.
Different.
Like they almost lost the most games in NBA history in a row. Like they're on TV to lose a game. Like that's insane.
For all the degenerates out there, that was a money machine pressing Detroit to lose. Like
crazy. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Like it was on NBA TV to watch see if this team loses their 27th in a row. I'm like, wow, this is nuts.
Yeah. And
when they won, it was like they celebrated like they won something. Like y'all finally won a game.
That's not a good culture.
It's just, and I don't know, and it's not his fault. He walked into the culture already being like that.
Well, they stuffed a bag of money over his head, so
yeah, not telling him how bad it really was.
He was a top 4 paid coach.
Yeah, listen, I know he's ecstatic to get about it there, so I'm sure he's ecstatic to be somewhere else besides Detroit.
Hey, go be an assistant. Somewhere
he gonna take a couple of years off. He got that money. He gonna chill.
Yeah, chill.
Yeah, go chill for a couple. You can take a year off. First off, you've been in Detroit. Go get some sun.
Yeah, color back.
Get your color back, and then we'll talk about some TV deals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See on ESPN or shit. NBC's coming up soon. Who knows who's gonna be the NBC anchors?
Right.
I'm very curious to see who's gonna be the NBC commentators. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, man, Lakers. Got JJ Redick. Staff isn't filled out yet. I'm very curious to see what they pick up. They're talking about bringing in Rondo. I like Rondo. I don't like him as an assistant coach, maybe more of like a player development guy. I don't think we should have 2 guys who's never coached before on the staff. That's kind of crazy.
He said, I don't need Rondo right with the players on the bench. Like,
because he don't get too frustrated.
Yeah. I can see that too.
That's why I think he doesn't want to coach NBA guys. He's just too of a like, just do it. Like it's not that hard. Right. When like it was not that hard for you. Like I'm not Rondo.
Do some of the guys need that? Like an AD or D-Lo?
He played with AD, so that would be a nice dynamic.
Right, you know what I mean? Like,
but like I just don't think we should have 2 guys on the staff who's never coached in the NBA.
That's fair.
Or coach in general.
Yeah, we already got the head coach on that.
Let's really fill the staff out with some guys who've been there. Like
the two names on there that fit that bill would be Cassell they're looking at and Scott Brooks.
But both are great.
I like Scott Brooks.
Both are great. Scott Brooks was a former head coach, can give you the ropes a little bit with a good team. With a good team, yeah.
Scott Brooks at the time was considered a top 5 coach in the NBA.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. And then you got Sam Cassell, who's just won high level assistant coach, ain't won when he played. And everyone loves Sam. He's like one of the most beloved dudes in the league.
One of the most respected coaches in the league.
Class. All nothing but class for Sam Cassell.
And not to you wish for JJ's success, hope he does great. But if you're building that staff out as reported, you got 2 home run candidates to step in if this thing starts 1-9.
And that's what you need.
Yeah. Just
in case something goes crazy bad. Because you just don't, NBA, you don't know. Someone tweak an ankle early, game 1, game 2, and not even your fault. The media, the Twitter don't think so. We might get you up out of here, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why this 4-year deal is so funny because, like, the way our fans are, we'll get you up out of there. We'll get you up out of there.
It's super interesting. The Hurley offer was like 6-7 years.
Yeah, which is insane.
So, but is that their way of saying that's when we're gonna not ever fire you?
With the Lakers, I can never. Your job is never safe. Yeah, it's never safe unless you're Phil Jackson or someone coming in with that much of a pedigree. You're never safe.
And even Phil got fired and had to come back.
Exactly, and he won 3.
Man,
and he said, "Yo, we got to get you up out of here. We had 2 bad years." He said, "I won 3 and lost 1 in the finals. Almost won 4 straight." And y'all got rid of me after 2 years because Shaq left, and we had a couple of bad seasons, and Kobe averaged 48, and y'all mad at me. It don't make sense. So, like, yeah, no one's ever safe as a Laker coach or anyone on the staff.
But again, he came back. It's always that thing. It's the Laker job, right? It's always the Laker job.
Always.
It's always the Laker job.
Yeah, but we're like the Cowboys right now with like this just we're always talked about, and we haven't won nothing. We won something a couple years ago, but like, you know what I mean?
But I hope like the rest of the national fan base sees this though. Like, it's not us. Like, it's Boston, Dallas in the finals. They're leading and closing with Lakers coaching search. Dan Hurley meeting Jeannie at Craig's.
Yeah.
On Saturday, like,
that's how it works on TV. You put out what the Lakers and the Cowboys will have the most fans by a lot. It's not even close. Like worldwide, especially Lakers. Worldwide, Lakers are like the most loved franchise. Them and the Knicks.
That's true. Globally,
Lakers are always talked about.
You better not go to China and talk about no Timberwolves.
Yeah, like they're who? Like Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Shaq. Like, they know them names. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and LeBron, especially now with LeBron and the Lakers too. Like, yeah, like they're global. Man, so like they always sell.
You can't go to Spain talking about go Blazers.
Yeah, they be like, who?
Like, what? Yeah.
Well, who's that? Who they playing for? Like, only reason I know is that because when I went for Undisputed, there's a million things happening in the world. Like Steph had 40. The first 4 topics is the Cowboys. They ain't in football season.
Yeah, damn.
But like they gotta do it because they know they don't get the most views. Because even people, even if you're commenting saying why are you talking about the Cowboys, you're helping the video out. You're just giving them more engagement. Even if you're commenting pissed off, thanks for commenting because now we got more views. So we're gonna do it again next week so you can comment even mad again.
Right.
Because you know what I mean. It's all about the views. So like that's how it works. They don't care about the content like that much.
Those huge national brands are always like super polarizing.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
And then when you're on for that long, you got to redo the same topic a couple times because no one's sitting there watching the show for 2.5 hours, sports show. Yeah. You come in every 30 minutes and like every 30 minutes, they talk about the same stuff because they're thinking the new viewers and stuff. Someone just popped in real quick, hadn't watched the show from the top. Let's throw the same topic on. That's how it works. TV. But also them sports shows are getting dry. First take is better with Shannon. I love, you know me, that's my guy. I'm always rocking with but it's just like I don't watch First Take like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like before in the morning, I used to get up. That's the first thing I put on. But there's so much other content now.
Yeah, it's a lot of content, and if you're not trying to reimagine kind of the topics and keep them fresh, keep them spicy, then it can't get still. And
I also rather hear like players who play talk about the game more than people who step on the court.
It's dope.
It's a dope thing. Like perspective. Perspective is sick. Like the Paul George podcast is great because like hearing him talk about shit, like it's crazy. Yeah, even Draymond be saying some wild stuff, but I just like his insight. Like he's so confident. That's why it made him so good. He thinks like he's the best ever. And that's why that's what makes him Draymond.
To the league.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't get, like, you have, all these NBA dudes are somewhat a little crazy.
Yeah.
Because you got to be to have that kind of confidence to get to the league. You have to.
You have to.
It's a different level, man. All right, man. We're at halftime. We'll be back in a second, y'all.
Halftime.
Back from half. It's third quarter.
Halftime.
Third quarter. Here we go. Some news. Josh Giddey gets traded to the Bulls for Alex Caruso. Great trade for OKC. Phenomenal trade for OKC.
I like it. I like it a lot.
He gives them two wing defenders with Dort and Caruso. They're about to be locking up over there.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that trade was, I think a couple episodes we were talking about this. Our team's going to start to value those point of attack perimeter defenders.
We did.
And it looks right like that. Cue. Like in the last few years, but in the past, if I had like one or two guys, like you're not really just trying to get another Pat Bev. Right. But like now teams are like, oh, I got Dort. Let me get Caruso. With Shea. You know. So it's like that's
I mean that's what Minnesota has with Jaden McDaniels. And Nikhil.
Finally plays defense, like so.
And he got Angel get all the buckets.
And it's like these offenses are so prolific. We gotta have bodies to hound these guys.
Yeah.
Because
we're not gonna stop them.
Because the high pick it's been the worst kept secret in the NBA for the last 10 years or so, maybe. Like the high pick and roll, you can't touch these guys. It's the defense is hard. It's hard, bro.
It's hard.
It's
the NBA caters to the offense so much. It's so hard to play defense nowadays. So you got to have multiple guys in case somebody gets into foul trouble. All that just to have people to throw at you, because one foul trouble changes. Like Dort getting in foul trouble early game one against Dallas. Shit, at least we can put Caruso on him for a little bit, or put Caruso on Kyrie for a little bit, because Kyrie was out there just cooking whoever was guarding him.
Right.
Like Jaylen Williams can't guard him.
And you're thinking we're playing 94 feet tough D. I get two quick reach-ins, and it's like,
it's all it takes.
Right, well, and you say now you can tell your team that's fine. All right, like you said, Caruso, go ahead.
Go ahead. And I can stay on the court if I need to. I can go hide. I can go hide for a couple possessions, save a couple of, you know what I mean, before I have to get my sub before my rotation comes in. That can save you. Yeah, you don't bring up the game right away. All right, look, you got two, switch over here. We're going to keep you in about 6 minute mark so you come out your normal time so your rhythm ain't messed up. Rotations are still good. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be key.
That's fire.
All that stuff. Yeah, so that's a big pickup. That, like we said, that's going to be a major piece for teams.
That's why Bronny's off the board.
I think so as well. I think he's going to be one of those guys who's going to be
I think
pick 3-and-D guy for his first bit of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, look, TJ about to get a big deal apparently with Indiana staying over there.
Another
one of those, you know what I mean?
End-to-end guy. And that's the first move. Indiana just had their best season in the last 5 years or so. And the first thing they did was pay TJ McConnell. They're like, got
to keep him, and they're about to pay Pascal. Like, you got to keep both of them.
My fault. They did pay Pascal first, but
well, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like for role player wise, like you got to sign your star guy.
You got to sign Pascal. But
after that, you got to seal him up.
Yeah, because and it goes again, like you said, as far as rotations and just managing, staggering stuff. Tyrese, I got somebody TJ that can run the floor 94 feet. So
Yep. Who that? Yeah, now that team is going to be interesting. If they get one more piece. I don't know who that piece is.
Well, keep an eye on the Paul George.
That would be a great move for him.
Keep an eye on
that would be a great move for him.
Paul George has never. I think I heard this right. He's never had a traditional free agency.
Really?
Yeah, he's never been like a free agent and had to sign somewhere, or he's always re-signed, I think. I think he was traded because he was traded to OKC, and then he was traded to the Clippers. So yeah, he's never had he was for Shea.
He was traded to the Clippers, yeah.
He
was, yeah.
Yeah, because Kawhi told them, hey, Trae, use Shea and these assets.
Yeah, because he broke his leg and then he got traded after that to OKC. And you're right.
So I think Paul George is going to anticipate having his first traditional free agency this summer. I think he's gonna go do the dinners with Indiana.
He should.
Larry again, and hey,
I mean, look, he's still beloved out there.
OKC, let me go to dinner with. Let's go talk to Sam Presti again, and that was a good relationship, you know.
Yeah, everyone loves Sam Presti.
Yeah, so Spurs. So I think keep an eye on Indiana. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Indiana makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Little homecoming. Y'all helped me grow up here. Y'all saw me go through my injury here, and y'all have always been on my side.
Yep.
Let me come back here and try to get us back to the finals. Let's see what we can do. Because you bring Paul George to the Pacers, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Now you can firmly place yourself back in the ECF, Eastern Conference
100%.
Final,
Playing
and say,
Boston.
okay, and now and we're Boston now. Paul George, Tatum. Let's see if Tatum can have a stinker and Paul George averages 24.
Right, and you can put Paul George on Jaylen Brown or on Jay Tatum because he's a great defender.
Another one of those team of attack guard wing defenders. Yeah.
And the way the Pacers play, the way they run and gun, I think is better for Paul George. The way he plays, I don't think if Paul George, when the offense gets stale, he has to go 1-on-1. He can do it, but I think he's better in the flow of the game. Let me get off a curl, get a layup, fast break. Let me get some dunks and layups and get my rhythm going. Because sometimes in the Clippers, they'll run the offense through and it's all like mid-post sets. You don't make a couple of those. Your night's going to be a rocky night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get some easy ones. The Pacers get the easiest in the league.
Right. He can do the high pick and roll stuff too, but it's not his.
Oh, yeah.
Game. Yeah.
But the way the Pacers play, they run and gun. Even on a make, they're out.
Right.
Like Paul George will get 6 points a game off just layups or catch a lob or two, and that gets you going. That's all you need to see one go in the basket a couple times.
Especially him. Historically, he's always been like that. He get a nice little windmill or something. Oh, now
he'll run 25 off on you. Yeah, he'll run 25 off of you in a row, and then he won't score in the second half because he don't get no easy ones.
Yeah.
Like he did that in the playoffs. He had 30 in the first half against Dallas, and then just went ice cold because he don't get any easy ones.
Yeah.
In the first half, he was getting steals, a couple layups, you know what I mean? A couple easy ones, a couple dunks, caught a lob. Like, you get those easy ones, it really gets you going. And Tyrese and TJ will get you some easy ones. That's the one thing they'll do.
Yep.
You go hit the back door, get a quick layup. Like, that's easy.
That'd be a great pickup. That's a nice little front court, too. Paul George, Pascal, Miles.
Yeah.
I like that.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
That'll be the great free agency move. I also want to see where Trey Young goes. I think he's gonna get traded.
Now he gotta get traded.
He should demand a trade if not anything.
I want Lakers.
That'd be great.
I want Trey Young. I
love Trey Young. I think he's the most slept on PG in the league. What
about a great timing? Here we are. The Lakers have historically last few years are not a great shooting team. It's been the bane of our existence, now you just hired, I would say, one of the better shooters to play in NBA history, JJ Redick.
Yeah, he's probably top 15.
JJ Redick?
Top 10, 15 shooters.
You say JJ Redick?
Yeah, he got to be top 10, top 15 shooters of all time.
So that's your head coach. And how about let's just quell all of this and stump out all of this shooting nonsense with the Lakers. JJ Redick's your coach. Go get Trey Young. Let's get a more imaginative offense. You know what I mean? Let's get some shots up. Like, I think with Trey Young and then JJ Redick now higher, I think one thing's for certain. I don't think we'll be a bottom 5, 6, 7 shooting team.
No, we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be. Yeah. I mean, look, I know Trey wants to come to LA, so I know he'd love to play for the Lakers. Anyone would.
Wow. Okay.
It's Trey Young. I mean, that's why he be at the games when he's not playing. He be at Laker games. Like, he love it out here.
Yeah, he do at the games a lot.
You know what I mean? He be out here all the time. Yeah. So I know he would love to play for LA like most players would. I think it would work because AD and him for lobs would be remarkable. He'd average 12, 13 assists a game because he averages 11 now in Atlanta with Clint Capella. So imagine what he can do with Anthony Davis. Yeah. I think it could work 100%. I just don't know what we'd have to give up to get him.
I mean,
that's the question because that's the only issue with the Lakers. When we go to get stars, we give up the pieces that we like that are our role players. Yeah, we always do. Or we give up a young dude who end up come back and kill us in 3 years.
This move is two parted. Would be two parted,
right?
So it adds a lot of value in the sense of I'm doing this trade to pair Trae with LeBron and AD. Mm-hmm. I'm also doing this trade to pair Trae with AD post LeBron.
Yeah, but how long is that post LeBron AD going to be with his injury history? He's already 31.
Is he 31?
Yeah, we looked it up the other day. He's 31.
I mean, modern medicine, maybe AD can give me the 38.
Man, I mean, that's That would be lovely.
36 at least. Mike went out.
Yeah, he's 31.
Yeah.
So already he'll be 32 this season.
Yeah. Wow.
So like he's. I thought he was younger than that, but he's been in the league for a minute.
That's just everything based on all the reports. The Lakers have this idea about a post LeBron.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'll be. I'm not saying he'll retire like the year after LeBron's gone, but
right. So you do need some. We need some younger stars. AD or
we
not.
do.
We need some. Some guys that are gonna be first team All NBA in 5 years.
We also need some draft picks.
You want?
I just want my fear is this: when LeBron leaves, which will probably be in a couple years, because he's 39, 38. He's not gonna play forever. I always say that. And if he does, he's not gonna play forever for the Lakers. He's already been here for 6 years. He's been here for a minute. He's done his part. He got us a ring. We can't ask much more from the guy. Okay, he's done his part.
Yeah.
So when he does leave to possibly go play with his son or something somewhere else, what's gonna happen to our squad? Because if we have AD and Trey Young, cool. But is LeBron gonna re-sign? Are we gonna trade him for some picks? We need some youth at some point. For when AD's gone, just to have something. We have as right now, we didn't have a draft pick to pick up.
Well, we got pick 17 this year.
Okay, this draft is also awful, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
there's always some gems you may find. You never know.
So what would you do with that? So would you go trade? You trade it?
The 17th now?
Yeah.
Possibly, because this draft, I don't see anybody that I love.
You got another one in 2019. So there's been rumblings. Maybe you could package that up. I mean, that might be in the Trey Young deal. That might have to be in the Trey Young deal.
Yeah. There's so many moving parts in the league.
And that's what you're saying, though. That's what you're saying, though, is damn, if we do get the Trey Young, what assets do we have to get younger?
Exactly.
Even beyond that.
Exactly. Just because, we'll be
on
Austin
in that deal. You're probably putting Austin in that deal.
That's what I'm saying. He's on the younger side of our squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's the youngest dude in the world either. He's 27, 28. Yeah. He's 25.
Yeah.
It's not he's 23, 22, like Anthony Edwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not getting that's my only question. All right, cool. We get Trae. We got AD, LeBron for 2 seasons. We win a championship or not, whatever happens. Then what?
Yeah, I mean that's
then you get LeBron. Then you got,
win the power rankings this week, and then
figure out later. Yeah, that's how we have always been.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We're always trying to win. I mean, look, I'm always down to win now. I get it, but you just don't want to go through those Lonzo Ball years again for those 3-4 years. That was brutal.
After when you can't sustain that star.
And then we went through all that and we got rid of everybody. Now we got a championship out of it. But imagine if we didn't.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's just risky. It's a risky play.
How many more games would you go to though if Trey Young was on the Lakers?
Oh, what? I'm at every game.
Yeah.
I'm watching every single night.
Yeah. Right.
I watch almost nights now. But he playing? Oh, I'm for sure tuned in.
And those Trey Young threes would look really good in purple and gold. That would be a nice colorway.
He's a performer. He loves the bright lights. He makes sense in Los Angeles.
I'm just tired of us not shooting.
No, look, trust me. You don't gotta tell me that.
Yeah,
I feel you.
You know,
I feel you.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, look, we get Trey Young, D'Lo gone. And probably we have to trade somebody. So I don't know if we trade D'Lo, possibly if they take him. I don't know who.
D'Lo probably be like a trade. And what do you?
And then Reeves.
I try to keep Austin personally.
Of course.
I put Rui in the deal. I try to stop Rui more It's a wing, a 6'9" wing. You know what I mean?
I try to shop Rui first for sure.
Austin would be a hell of a. I mean, he could start, but he'd be a hell of a bench role too, bench scorer. I think too.
Yeah, he could be a 6 man of the year. He come off the bench.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens this offseason. You never know. Yeah. Once finals are over, it's just you never know what you're going to find out the next morning. There's always some breaking news every day.
Apparently, this is new this year. Going forward, after the finals is settled, free agency starts.
Yeah, I saw that.
NBA business starts. Yeah, so I guess I was a little shocked. I'm like, shit hasn't really been popping off like that, but here and there.
It'll start picking up. It always picks up around the fourth. The fourth is when it used to open, but now it'll pick up back around the fourth.
Guys got to get back from Ibiza.
Yeah, everyone's
Hey,
on
guys,
vacation right now.
guys,
Phones are
gotta get
off.
back to Cancun.
Yeah, phones are off right now. Everyone's
Okay.
chilling.
D&D.
You know what I mean? Only a couple people working out right now, and they're animals, like and they're dogs that you're working out right now. Unless you've been out for a while. Most I'm sure the Pistons are working out or something because they've been off for 6 months already. They ain't played in a minute. But like the teams who've been in the playoffs and shit, no, they on vacation still, like for sure. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting. Off season, it always is. It always is. You never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, we're headed to the fourth quarter, y'all. Winning time. We'll be back in a second.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, winning time.
Quarter four.
All right, you know how we always do it in the fourth quarter, y'all. It's start bench cut time. Bench cut. We got a point guard edition this time. This was submitted by your other host, B Redd.
Okay.
You submitted this one, B Redd. You line this one up for us.
Okay. We got Jason Kidd, Russell Westbrook, and Isaiah Thomas. Not Isaiah Thomas from the PNW Pacific Northwest. The original Isaiah Thomas. Zeke. Detroit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kidd, Russ, Isaiah Thomas.
This is very tough.
Start, bench, cut.
Wow. This is insane. I'm gonna admit to this. I love Zeke. I haven't watched enough of Zeke to like. I know he had game. I know he's a two-way guy. Dog. Yeah. I know all that. He was just like he was the Bulls era, so I didn't really watch that era like that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you always see Jordan, and he had the whole documentary, so I've seen all that. And you got the Winning Time show. I've seen all that. I'm a Laker guy, so I've seen all the Magic stuff. I'm not as privy to IT's game. I know he's an Hall of Famer. I know all that. I know the game enough. I don't watch highlights like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
just for that reason, I'm gonna have to put him on the back burner.
Okay, that's fine. So
for that reason.
Okay.
So I'm going to start.
You're more trying to see who you're going to start and bench.
Yes.
Okay.
Just for me.
I like how you showed the reverence.
Yeah, cause I want to sound disrespectful to the guy. Yeah. I just haven't watched enough highlights of him individually. Yeah. Like, Russ is still playing. I saw him get drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
J Kidd is a Cali guy. Went to Cal. Like he's been around forever. I watched him when he was on the Nets. Played the Lakers in the finals that 1 year. Like he's been around. He's my era. So that's put it that way. So for that, I'm gonna start J Kidd.
Oh, okay.
Starting J Kidd and I'm benching Russ. J Kidd got the ring.
Yeah.
Got all the stats you really need. He's top 10 in assists, I think, right?
Yeah.
Top 10 in assists. I know Russ is got the triple doubles.
J Kidd is top 10 in assists and like top 10 in three makes, I believe, too.
He is in three makes as well. I forgot about that. He ended his career. He really figured it out. His shooting bad.
He's like, he making 3 a game.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with J Kidd. And people forget how good that man was in New Jersey. That boy in New Jersey, woo, wow. Special.
Wow.
Special. So, yeah, I'm going to go J Kidd start, bench Russ, and I'm going to have to cut at IT. Just for the reasons I said earlier.
It's crazy. It's crazy that we end up like this a lot, but
opposite?
I gotta agree with you. Oh,
really? Love it.
I gotta agree with you.
Love it. Like, I wasn't sure where you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna pick Zeke or something.
Yeah, well, I was really
because you're a basketball savant. You know Zeke.
I put Zeke in there as that curveball because he got like 2 or 3 ships.
He does.
So in a era
tough
that
era.
was. Oh my god!
Yeah.
How did Detroit even get something in with the Lakers and Celtics doing their thing? You know,
I really don't know.
Yeah, so and the Bulls on your back a little bit.
Yeah.
So Isaiah's an animal. Isaiah's an animal.
That's what I was saying from the jump. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves because he's like, especially now because we didn't see him like that. And there's no like Zeke documentary. You need to make him a doc because they have one for Magic and Bird and Jordan, but they don't have nothing for Zeke. Get him a documentary.
They might have back in the day. Maybe when we were in high school, I think they had a Bad Boys 30 for 30.
I seen that, but I'm talking about he needs his own individual.
His own, as a focal point.
He was a go from college. Like he was unreal in college.
Indiana, play for the Hurries.
Yeah, like we need I need to see all the backstory.
True.
You know what I mean? Just so I can learn more about the guy.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah.
But all you see him on NBA TV saying some wild stuff every now and then. You don't really get to see how good he was.
He'd be like,
He be wild on NBA TV.
Michael Jordan hated me. Let it be known. Let it be known. Michael
That
Jordan
man hated him. It was so funny.
But it's all love. He said,
it's just jokes.
But yeah. I have to agree with it because it's like, as I think about it now, I like the size and physicality aspect J Kidd and Russ gonna give me.
Yeah.
2 6'4" point guards that could go track meet.
Track meet.
Wow. Yeah. That's kind of imposing. Yeah. So I'm gonna support J Kidd as well, who actually I have to say on the pod right now, that's my GOAT point guard.
Yeah, I know you love J Kidd.
J Kidd is my GOAT point. That's my era. That was the Kobe, the AI, the Timmy, the Shaq. Like he was in that, and that was my favorite point guard. That's how I want to play the game.
Yep.
Like, if you go watch his highlights of his dimes, like I think he has the most dimes. He and Magic, I think, have this where they were faking the cameraman out.
Yeah.
Like the NBA camera didn't know, he dumped it down to the center real quick. The center had it. Like,
right.
J Kidd and Magic have the most passes like that where it's like, wow. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Starting J Kidd, leader, champion, and work ethic out of this world, was a non-shooter.
Non-shooter.
Like how we talk about a Rondo or Alonzo and turned himself into one of the best knockdown shooters in the league history.
And it being top 10 is insane.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bench Russ. That's my change of pace point guard. Off the 100%. Bench, we're going to change of pace, which our change of pace is like 85 to now it's 100.
Yeah, literally. We're just going faster. That's all it is.
Yeah,
go from 95 to 110. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Russ is nuts.
And because of the shooting component, well, I'm not going to do that. But
well, you can also do this too. Just imagine they're playing together. The lobs that J Kidd's going to throw to Russ.
Yeah, I was going to say it's start bench cut, but just
but at the end of the day, we are a squad, so they're gonna play together at some point.
Because of my bench, I could have a lineup: Russ at the 1, J Kidd at the 2, off ball shooting, and vice versa. Russ cutting and slashing, and his D Wade game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because Russ could shoot in OKC. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
but his mid range was one of the best in the game.
Deadly.
He made a couple of those. He gonna hit a couple threes. That's how the game worked.
Yeah.
But
so we're agreeing on this one. J Kidd that's my GOAT point guard, man.
Fair play. All right, next question we got. Last one before we get up out of here. New little question. I call this one: whose career would you rather have? Okay, whose career would you rather have? I'm not saying who had a better career
or whose career
would you? Yeah, who's greater? Just what career would you B Redd rather have? Okay, would you rather have Klay Thompson's career up to this point or James Harden? So you got the team with the 4 rings, second star, always doing your thing, catch and shoot, 60 points, 11 dribbles, or you can go the James Harden route, a couple All NBA first teams, MVP, multiple scoring champs,
$600 million in the bank.
Yeah, $600 million in the bank. Almost numerous final runs. Have told a couple times.
Flagship Adidas guy.
So like, what career would you rather want? Do you want the rings? And they're both 75, all NBA 75 guys regardless. But
Klay might not be.
No, Klay didn't make it. I'm sorry, Klay didn't make it. So you would have their
first ballot.
They're both first ballot Hall of Famers. Yeah. But one has the team accolade with the rings, and the other one has the individuals with all the scoring champs and all the individual awards. So what career would you rather have?
Wow,
it's tough.
This is tough because these are two guards that I really enjoy coming up watching. Like
100%.
Right near each other a lot.
Yeah. James Harden's top 5 shooting guard of all time.
Yeah. James, LA guy. Klay Thompson, pretty much a LA guy.
Yep.
So Klay, it's tough because that's my favorite player.
I know.
Klay Thompson is my favorite player. I think
the way he plays.
I mean, you when you can go get 30 on one dribble,
you're
playing basketball.
You're playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Playing pretty well.
You're playing the game
efficiently.
When James Naismith said you pass it around and then you shoot, that's what you're doing. Like you don't dribbling like all of that, over dribbling around Harlem Globetrotters, So it's like, man, it's tough because maybe that's who I would probably think I want to play like.
Right.
More like a Klay.
Right.
But man, James Harden going and being able to have the power and the range to go put up 38 and 15.
Get a 60-point triple-double in your career.
Yeah. Signature shoe is big for me. So being able to on a premier brand, having to be in a signature guy with the sneaker game, that's huge. Adidas got the Bape collab. They got the Gucci collab. Like, you know what I mean? Wow,
you're in those circles for sure.
It's tough.
It's a tough call. It's all about what kind of life you want to live. That's all it really comes down to.
I think I'm gonna go with Klay though.
Okay.
Up to this
team accolades.
If James had a ring,
oh yeah, it'd be easy.
Yeah,
it'd be no question who I take, career I take. But because he has no ring and he has those like playoff mishaps, it's like damn.
Yeah,
I can live with the money and all that, but I don't want to hear the narratives. I just don't want to hear it.
And it's gonna be that one thing that you never
live down.
That's, you know.
Look at Charles Barkley.
And especially when you're a top guy, where it's like I've literally done everything else in the league.
Everything else in the league.
MVP, All NBA, All Star, 6 Man of the Year.
Right. He has all the accolades, and that's the one thing that is the hardest to get. Because it's not just about you. That's the hard thing about the championship. You can play as well as you want. You gotta do your team get hurt. You can't win the game by yourself.
And you know what's interesting too is like how narratives work, because we've seen the flip side with Klay, him winning. We could easily say, "Oh, Klay could have went to." If you swapped James and Klay could have been in Houston average, maybe not the assist, but Klay could have averaged 27 a night, 28 a night. You know,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so we don't have those what ifs like, oh, Klay wouldn't have been as good without the Warriors. Like he was that good on the Warriors and helped the Warriors win enough that we're like, this guy's legit.
Yeah. It's always tough too because Klay's had a bad last couple seasons, just like shooting wise. They come off them injuries. It's remarkable he even got a championship after tearing his ACL and Achilles, and they won a championship the next year. Is insane. So yeah, I mean, look, for me, I'm taking Klay Thompson as well. I always lean towards the rings, just for me personally. Just because like you can't say much to a dude who got 4 rings, you really can't say much. He had some bad. Yeah, he's had some bad games. You know, he went 0-10 last year in the elimination game or something. But like he also the second star. Like he don't gotta worry about having 30 every night. That's Steph Curry's job. Like I don't always have to be the center of attention. And Klay's super laid back. He take the butt. His life just seems very low key, and I love it.
And I always contend. I know I keep saying it, but I just love this guy. Klay is like, for as bad as he had shooting this year, we're still talking about a league average shooter. Like he probably shot 34, 35%, bro. Like,
something like that,
with the over 10.
Right.
So, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like,
and when you shoot that volume, you're gonna have them nights.
Yeah.
You shoot 10 a night. Like you're gonna have nights where you're just off. That's how it works.
By the way, I would love that for the Lakers. Kind of goes back to what you're saying though. Like we keep hitching on to these.
That's what I'm saying.
Older stars,
just trying to win one now, but then like, all right, that's cool, we do get one. But then then we're gonna be bad for the next 7, 8 years till we do the same thing for the next 5 seasons. Hitch on to these older dudes trying to get one. You can't keep doing that. Some point we have to go back and get a Kobe.
Trae and Klay
gotta go back and get a star. At some point you gotta do it.
Trae and Klay is crazy though, man.
Yeah, but Klay's on the back 4. He's on the back 9. He's on the back 4 of his career.
Them last 4.
He on hole 16, 17, 18. That means wrapping it up.
Those are important.
They are, but he's wrapping it up. So like, I just don't know how long, like what he would. Yeah, how long is he gonna play for? He's one of the guys for sure don't want to play forever. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see how that Klay Thompson thing plays out because he's definitely on the market right now. That's for sure.
You're here in Orlando a lot.
I am in Orlando a lot, which I think will make sense for him. Back by the beach.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Cali aesthetic. It's a Cali aesthetic. The money will be good.
Money will be good, and he can just shoot whatever he wants. They can say nothing to the man.
And they make it to another round or 2.
Oh, they're in the playoffs again next year for sure.
All of a sudden, Klay Thompson's, you know.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we're missing in Orlando was shooting. They couldn't buy a three.
Shooting, and I think a veteran that was good enough to contribute.
Yeah.
And kind of say, hey, no, wait a minute, let's run this.
Yeah, Joe Ingles can only do so much.
Yeah, he's not good enough to be like, all right, let's let Joe Ingles run it. But if you bring in Klay and it gets to those moments, no, we drawing up zipper, curl for Klay. Like,
right. Yeah.
Let's run that.
You get a good shot regardless.
Yeah,
that's facts. And you got them big ass dudes them screen with Paolo and Wendell Carter and Jonathan Isaac. They got some dudes over there.
Yeah,
that'll be a nice piece.
Yeah,
and I think it'll be smart for Klay too. Is like, let me get away from the West. I'm not gonna worry about y'all. I'll see y'all hopefully in the finals. Like, I'm gonna just figure it out because the East is for sure easier to make it to the finals. The West is such a dogfight.
Yeah, the West is
a dogfight, bro. It's so stacked, and the East is getting a lot better. The league is balancing itself out a little bit more. It has been in the last couple of years.
Play to Orlando. That should have the Magic feeling a certain way. I would say.
Yeah. Klay to Orlando and PG to the Pacers. East popping. And then send D Mitch to the Knicks. And then we're really rolling.
Now we got a power.
A big five with Milwaukee.
We got a power lead.
Power five. League. From 5 on below, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be like 17 and 48. But don't worry about them. We'll figure about them later.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. That would be nuts. So we'll see, man. The NBA is always crazy. All right, y'all. That's another episode of 4 Quarter Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in again, man. We appreciate y'all. We're rolling on the subs right now on YouTube, trying to get the TikTok subscribers up. Please subscribe, follow us on all platforms. It's just 4 Quarters Podcast for everything. And
comment.
Yes, comment.
We want to hear it. Maybe y'all, I know y'all gonna say it's crazy. Zeke should start. I know they're gonna say that.
Oh, I know people out there who think that, which is fair. I mean, someone has to get cut, unfortunately. And I'm really curious to see who people's careers they take. Klay Thompson or James Harden. I'm very curious to see who people's careers take. I think there'll be a lot more beards than we think, just for the money aspect alone.
Yeah.
Which I completely get. I'm not saying you're wrong in picking that man. Yeah. And in the individual numbers.
Yeah.
Because people rather have individual accolades sometimes than like team shit, which I get. I get it.
Yeah.
But
if you play 2K on the rec, you definitely know that.
100%.
You don't see a lot of Klay Thompsons in the rec.
You don't see many Klay Thompson builds around. That's a very, very good point. It's a very good point. But I see about 4 James Hardens a night on 2K.
On one team.
Sure. On one team, yeah. I think my team has 3 of them. Right? But facts. So yeah, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We greatly appreciate it. If you're on any audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review, comment. We love all the engagement we can take. We'll take any engagement we can get.
Right.
But yeah, man, we're gonna keep this thing pushing. We will catch y'all next week. That's a wrap for us. 4 Quarter Podcast. Peace.
Peace.